Now you can see we have the RoboVac cleaning in the family room right here. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Coredy L900 with optional mopping kit that is sold separately. I did receive these products to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in any of the items that you see here, the links to them will be in my video description below. First up, you can see how the L900 comes packaged to you right here. Very nice retail box and packaging with a lot of product information on it. And they have their customer service and contact info right down here. This is a LiDAR-equipped RoboVac. It has Wi-Fi as well too, so we can use the Coredy Robot app for iOS and Android devices. And we can integrate this RoboVac with Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. It features 2700 PA suction, and I can't stress enough the importance of that LiDAR navigation. It's also compatible with this mopping kit that is sold separately. You can see it right here. So the package contents for this kit are one filter, one mop cloth, and your water tank. Now let's go ahead, let's get everything opened up and look at the package contents. First up, you can see all of our mopping kit accessories right here. So we have our water tank. This is a 2-in-1 dustbin and water tank. So you can see we can open this up to have access to our air filter, as well as all of the vacuumed contents we can easily empty and clean. Then you can see our water compartment right here, where we can fill this tank up to 300 milliliters. We can see the water level on this side right here of the tank, which is visible from the RoboVac, which is really nice. This button's just to release the tank and to get it in and out of the RoboVac. You can see our cleaning pad on the bottom right here. It's just attached with Velcro. And you can see we have these nice straps on both sides to keep everything in place. So we got our dustbin, our air filter, our water entry point right there, and we have our water level indicator right on the back side with our cleaning pad that's attached with Velcro. Here are all the package contents. First up, you can see all of our product literature. So we have a warranty card. We have our app installation instructions right here, complete with the Coredy Robot QR code. So we can easily download it from the Apple App Store or Google Play for iOS and Android devices. They walk you through step by step how to set everything up. We have those same instructions again in the owner's manual right here. So we can go ahead, we can walk through that really quickly. So we can learn about the product, nice diagrams. They walk you through the charging dock, LED indicator lights, how to operate and use the RoboVac, how the map and navigation features work, all the different quick start options too for this. Here's those app instructions again, walking you through step by step the full setup, how to link it with Alexa and Google Assistant, how to clean your home with it, the cleaning settings, the mopping settings, how to actually clean and care for the RoboVac itself. Then you can see they walk you through all different parts and how you can clean everything. Battery charging information for you, troubleshooting section. They really have you covered right here with everything you'd possibly need to know about this RoboVac. Wi-Fi settings. Then we have some quick tech specs for you. It takes somewhere between 240 and 300 minutes to charge. We get a max cleaning time of 200 minutes. It features a 5200 milliamp hour lithium ion battery, 50 watt power consumption, and their customer service info again for you. Next, you can see our quick start guide, 5 easy steps to set everything up and get your RoboVac up and running. So first thing is plug in the charging dock, make sure it's placed properly. Then you got to make sure that you follow the exact placements right here as well for how to keep it away from the wall and other obstacles. Then we can activate the robot. Very simple and straightforward. Make sure you have the power button turned on. Then we can start our cleaning cycle, and they give you some quick instructions too for the app setup right here. Again, for further assistance, they have their customer service info for you. Next, you can see we have a nice cleaning tool. We have additional side cleaning brushes. They're marked left and right for you. You can see we have an extra air filter as well. We have our charging power supply right here for our charging base. So you can see the charging base with indicator light, charging contacts. We can look at it from all the different sides and angles. Here it is from the back side with some of our cable management options. Here it is from the bottom with our nice grip feet right here with the Coredy branding. And last but not least, we have the RoboVac itself. Let's go ahead, let's look at this in more detail. Here's the RoboVac up close. You can see the top right here, our beautiful design. I love the contrasting colors. And we got the Coredy logo and branding. You can see our power button right here with the sticker that we got to remove before use, but press and hold for 3 seconds to power on. We can look at it from this side. You can see we have a removable dust bin right there. Let's go ahead, let's look at that in more detail. You can see it's the L900 dust bin. We have our filter right here. We can easily clean, remove, swap out as needed. Just gently press everything back in place. Then you can see we have our dust bin right here, and we can easily open it up to empty it out, clean it, and then reuse it. So you can see that from all the different sides and angles. We can just slide that right back in the RoboVac. Let's continue to look at it from the sides. You can see our ventilation right here. We have our sensors. There's our side sensor. And you can see it from the front. We have our front sensors and our bumper. Here it is from the other side, ventilation again. Now let's go ahead, let's flip it over to the bottom. You can see we already have two side brushes pre-installed for us, marked left and right. You can see our charging contacts, omnidirectional wheel, all of our cliff sensors right there. So you can see those. Here's our wheels. You can see the wheels. Model information again, 50 watt, L900 is the model number. You can see our main brush right here. So we can press that to easily remove it, get access for cleaning replacement, and then we can gently snap everything back in place. Then we have instructions on the dustbin on the bottom showing you how to open and clean everything. So before use, make sure that you remove these from the side that are protecting the bumper in shipment. So we have one on each side right here. So go ahead, slide those out. And then you can see the collision bumper on the front has more room to move, as it should. And then we got to go ahead, we can remove this sticker as well too, to hold down the power button for 3 seconds to power everything on. And then you can see we have our home button there as well. Now we have the Coredy Robot app downloaded on our mobile device. Once you sign in and create an account, you'll be at this home screen. You can see we already have the Coredy R750 and the Coredy R580 installed on our device, but we want to set up the L900 today. So let's go ahead, let's select the blue plus icon in the top right-hand corner to add a device. Now we need to choose our vacuum from the menu right here. So you can see it's the Coredy L900. Let's select that. Now we're taken to this screen where we need to enter our Wi-Fi information. So connect to your home network and make sure it's a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. This will not work with a 5 gigahertz network. Once you enter your information, go ahead, select next. Then you'll be at this screen where we need to reset the device. So we got to press and hold the power and recharge button for around 5 seconds until the power button is flashing purple slowly. So let's do that right now.
Wi-Fi reset successfully.
Got a prompt letting us know it's been reset successfully, and we have the slow purple flashing button. Let's select confirm and let's go to the next step. So now we have to go ahead and connect directly to the vacuum within our Wi-Fi settings. So now you can see we're connected to the Coredy Robot app right here. It showed up as Coredy Robot-82007D. We're ready to go back into the app to finish setup. Now it's adding the device to our network. It just said that Wi-Fi is connected, so everything has been added successfully. You can see it's still showing that it's adding the device right here, but for some reason I can just select cancel, confirm. Now I can go back out and you can see the vacuum has already been added right here, and I can go into the settings now that we can go over everything else that this vacuum has to offer within the mobile app. So here you go, you can see the RoboVac has begun its first cleanup, and it's working on making a map of the environment as it scans and cleans for our first clean here in the house. So it'll take some time as it gets familiar with what it's dealing with, but you can see it's cleaning so far with no issues. We got some obstacles thrown its way, like the air vent right there. It had no issues driving over it. Now you can see it's going to bump into the high chair. And now it's going to find the table chair right here. So you can see it just bumped up against that. Now it's coming up to the other chair. And you can see it's going to go right in between the legs, work its way back out. And now you can see it's going to come back around and go right under the chair with no issues and work its way right back out. So now you can see we're going to manually drive the RoboVac for a second, and you can see what it's like as it cleans our hard surface but transitions up to a rug right here. No issues at all. So we can clean on the rug and the floor or vice versa. And you can see we can transition between the two just like so. Then we can go into the shoes. We'll see if we can get stuck at all. Try to turn into them. See if we can drive up on them. We are unable to. Trying to get up on the flip-flop, we can't. And now you can see we're half on the hard floor and half on the rug. We're not having any issues. Now let's turn 360 degrees. And you can see no issues right there. So we can change and transition between different surfaces very easy with this RoboVac. Now you can see we have the RoboVac cleaning in the family room right here. This is a thick shag rug that causes a lot of trouble for RoboVacs. You can see how it's doing right here. It might work itself into some trouble here in a second. We'll find out. But it's a really thick rug that typically gets a lot of vacuums stuck. But it's actually traversing it better than I thought. But typically I'd say a rug like this is not ideal at all for any RoboVac to operate on. It's just too thick. But you can see we're actually able to clean it surprisingly well. Now you can see we're using the RoboVac to clean carpets right here. Everything's working great. So it just made a map of this room. It went around the perimeter. And now you can see it's going back and forth in logical cleaning patterns. So it'll come right back out the crib. You can see we can follow the lines here. You can get an idea for the cleaning pattern. It's just going to zigzag back and forth, perfectly in tune with the previous spot. And it's navigating just fine under the dresser, under the crib. So if you had a bed, something like that, you shouldn't expect any issues. And you can see now it's going right back the other way. Let's watch it again as it goes under the crib. So it's made its map, and now it's going to zigzag logically back and forth until the room is cleaned. There we go. It just came out, rounded the corner, and now it's going back in its straight line to repeat the cleaning process again under the dresser. There we go. Lining itself up. And now we got a nice new cleaning row right here. Love the look of the lines too on the carpet. Pretty sweet. So it's doing a great job making sure to cover every area in the room. So now we're at the steps, and we're going to try to drive the RoboVac off the steps. So watch what happens as we get close to the edge. You can see we just drove right up to the edge, and we're unable to go off thanks to the cliff sensor. Now let's go ahead. Let's try that again right here. So we're going to turn around. We're going to go more at an angle this time, and we'll see what happens. So here we go, full speed. You can see unable to go off the steps, which is a great thing. So the cliff sensors are working just fine. No issues there. So it's going to prevent our vacuum from going somewhere where it's not supposed to. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to issue the command for the RoboVac to go back home via the mobile app. So we're going to select the recharge icon. And now you can see it's going to return to the charging dock. So let's see if it can find the dock. So here we go. It's positioning itself. Still looking. There we go. Looks like it's lined up now and ready to go. So you can see it's going to inch its way closer to the charging dock to position itself. And now it's going to gently go up on the charging contacts. So there we go. It's realizing too, it needs to get over a little bit more. Check that out. So cool. Now it's in better position to drive right up there. There we go, guys. That simple. Works great. Now we have the mopping attachment installed, so we filled the tank to 300 milliliters. Don't forget, this is a 2-in-1 dustbin and water tank, so it can still vacuum and mop together. Let's go ahead, let's try it out and see how it mops. So you can see what it looks like when it's mopping. This is with the high water level, the maximum amount of water. And we do have the cleaning cloth damp, so that could dry out over time as you're using it. So always make sure that the area that's the dirtiest is the first area that you're going to be mopping to have the most water available. But it's equivalent to taking like a wet paper towel and just very gently wiping your floor. There's no scrubbing going on here too, so it's just going to get surface level dirt things along those lines. But you can see it's doing a good job going back and forth in a logical pattern, giving us a nice clean and a nice mop in this zone right here. You can definitely tell though the wet floor from the dry floor, but it's not soaking wet or anything like that if you're worried about wood floors or something along those lines. In this case, our floor is waterproof, so it doesn't matter. I'd actually rather have it be even wetter if possible. But there we go, check it out. That's the mop in action. Everything's working great. Now that we finished the clean, I wanted to show you guys what the mopping pad, cleaning pad looks like. So it's damp to the touch right now, but everything looks great. You can expect to have a really dirty pad, obviously, if your floors are really dirty. In this case, the floor has been cleaned very recently with the mopping attachment for another video. So we just have pretty typical results right here where maybe some slight discoloration, but you can't really even tell that the mopping pad's that dirty, and you wouldn't be able to know if it was wet until you touched it. So we just finished our first clean, and I wanted to show you guys what it was able to pick up. So you can see we have a wide variety and range of dirt, dust, and debris that it's able to get. Look at the fine little dust particles right here on the filter. Then you can see we have our pet hair, human hair, and your typical household contents like crumbs. We have grass clippings, you know, little sticks and twigs, all those different food crumbs. Looks like we got, you know, sand and salt particles, so really fine stuff. And then some larger things. Looks like we got a chip crumb right there. So it covers a wide variety and range of dirt, dust, and debris that it's able to pick up, from the really fine to the much thicker and heavier particles as well. Definitely a must if you have multiple people in your house and if you have pets. Now that it finished its first clean, let's go back into the mobile app and look at the map. Now you can see the map right here after the first clean. I went ahead, I already added a no-go zone after the map was created. So check it out. Look at all the details. That's the kitchen table and chair legs. You can see how it goes around the perimeter to clean, maps the house, then it goes back and forth in those constant, logical, methodical cleaning patterns, so you get that nice detailed clean every time. Look at how good everything looks here. This area is a sectional sofa, and you can see we have an ottoman and another chair in the family room. Again, it breaks it up into rooms too as it's mapping and then goes back and forth. Pretty impressive stuff. So to add a no-go zone like you see right here, just select no-go zone in the bottom left-hand corner, and then we can add an area. You can resize however you want. You can see full customization right there. We can also add a no drag zone. This is a no mop zone. So no-go zone, it's not gonna vacuum or mop. No drag zone, it could still vacuum, it just won't mop. Maybe you have a carpet, rug, that sort of thing. You can save those right there, pretty cool. Then you can see we have spot cleaning. This is a cool feature. So now we just got to choose an area right there, and now it'll clean just that area when we select start. And then lastly, the next feature is going to be our zone cleaning right here. So we can create an area, and then it's going to just clean that zone. So say we just want to clean this spot, this room, we can do that. We have our zone selected, and now we can choose how many times we want it to clean that spot. So you have a choice between once or twice. So the map's very detailed. We get a lot of customization and features thanks to the LiDAR navigation that gives us even more control over our house and our RoboVac. So the Coredy L900 works with Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. If you're gonna be setting this up with Amazon Alexa, you gotta search for the Smart Life skill and enable it through your Coredy Robot account. Now the Coredy Robot app is just a clone of the Smart Life app. So if you already have other Smart Life products, I highly recommend just setting this up initially within the Smart Life app, and you don't need to download the Coredy Robot app, and it'll be a lot easier to integrate it with Amazon Alexa because you'll have to use one of those accounts to sign in to enable. I was not able to find a way to use both accounts at the same time, so it just makes more sense if you already have Smart Life products to just keep it within the regular Smart Life app. You'll get all the same features and functionality. So if you're gonna be using Google Assistant, I just want to walk you guys through the commands that you can use with Google. So you can tell it to turn on Coredy L900, turn off, find Coredy, go home Coredy. So those are the options and commands that you get within Google Assistant. Now let's go ahead, let's try it out with Alexa. Hey Alexa, turn on L900. There we go.
Start audio cleaning.
It's starting to clean. Hey Alexa, turn off L900.
Returning to the charging.
All right, you can see it just shut it down and it said it's going to return to the charging base. So you can turn on your RoboVac to start cleaning, or if you use Alexa to turn it off, it's going to send it right back to the home base to charge. Let me share with you guys my final thoughts after using the Coredy L900. First, I want to say that I really like the design and look of this RoboVac. They embraced the LiDAR navigation module on the top and kind of built their design around it, and I think it looks really good. That being said, LiDAR is definitely the best feature of this RoboVac. I highly recommend getting a RoboVac that has LiDAR. You will have a much better experience overall. Yes, it's going to cost more money, but I think it is totally worth spending more to get one with LiDAR because your smart vac becomes that much smarter. So with that, we get the great mapping features that we had here with the no-go zones, the no-mop zones, the spot cleaning. We can set that little box and make individual rooms to clean, so we can clean one spot at a time, once or twice. So I like those features. Now, compared to some other LiDAR RoboVacs on the market today, the app is a little bit limited in what it's able to do. There's no multi-map support yet. If you had multiple stories or floors in your house that you wanted to clean, there's no feature to do that yet. So you just have to reset the map every time. Not that big of a deal, but it would be really nice to have that, since that is a feature that is available today for RoboVacs, especially ones that are this smart. I'd also like to see a virtual wall option within the app. The no-go zone is fine. Again, it's not a hill I'm going to die on, but it'd be nice to have the no-go zones and just the little virtual wall where you can kind of block off things a little bit easier and more precisely. I'd like to see that added with this. But back to some of the pros. I like that we have the 2-in-1 dustbin and mop. That's a great feature. Again, the mop isn't scrubbing your floors, guys. It's just gently wiping it like you would with a damp paper towel. So just keep that in mind. And it's great to see that we have manual controls with this RoboVac. I've reviewed a couple on the market today that have just as many features, if not more, but for some reason they're missing the manual remote control. And I like to have the ability to drive it myself every once in a while. But I would say overall, just make sure whatever RoboVac you end up with, that you get one with LiDAR navigation, and you'll thank me for that later. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily, and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget, new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.